Good morning, you wonderful beings of light. I'm so happy to be here and to just have this opportunity to share with you guys and to be in this wonderful, beautiful community. So let's come into our space that we're sitting in right now. Just bringing back all those parts of your busy mind and the things that need to get done, and just coming into the space. And let's just go ahead and breathe in and then release through your mouth. Go ahead and take a couple more centering breaths in. Those are those deep belly, slow breaths in. Just releasing at your own space and time. Just continue to breathe naturally now through your nose. In and out. Maybe just focusing on the sensation of your breath. With little effort. Being mindful of how your body is settling down now. Training your mind to just breathe. Allowing your thoughts to come. And then returning to the breath. Just breathing. We've set aside this time to just breathe. That's it. Just continue to breathe with your eyes closed. And I just want you to reflect on the last 21 days we've been together. Or just reflect on your own practices. And I want you to think of just one word, one simple word, a positive word that you might have picked up along the way that you're starting to embody. And I'm just going to record those in writing for you. Just think, that's a thought. Keeping your eyes closed. See that thought, feel that thought. When you're ready, just put a little gentle smile on your face with that one word on the tip of your tongue. Allow your eyes to open. And I'd like for you, welcome back. If you choose to share just one word before we get into our formal sharing, go ahead and just unmute and just tell me one word that embodies your journey over the last 21 days. What's something you might have noticed? Just one word, and I will start. And mine is laughter. That we started this journey 21 days ago. Some of us started it longer, but we officially started it, and we did it under our intention of being healthier and well and being well. All right, boom, we're done. We check it off. Boom. And yes. Everybody, give yourself a congratulations. um, and you know what? If I got you there, Mary Ellen, just a second. Even if you didn't get exactly every single 21 days, that's okay, because the goal was mindfulness. You were mindful, you missed it. And then we're working on practicing forgiveness and giving ourselves grace, because even if we did this one more day than we've normally done, we still felt that one moment of shift in our life. Mary Ellen, did you want to say something?
No, I was just giving myself a pat on the back.
Oh, I just saw your hand go up. So check. We checked it off. Awesome. And we started this whole journey with looking at Einstein. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, and expecting something different. I expect peace in my life. I expect all these things in my life, but yet I'm not changing anything in my life. And through mindfulness, we've learned everything's a choice. Okay, there's really only two emotions. Okay, there's love and there's fear. Everything else can be tied back to it. So that question that drives us, do I want love? The love meaning the peace, the calm, the joy, the stillness. Do I want that? Or do I want fear? And fear is associated with the suffering, the anxiety, the depression, the hopelessness, the sadness. Okay. So they really can be traced back to, even if you are looking at something like frustration, it all can be shifted back to fear. Anger can be moved back to fear. There's a hierarchy of emotions that we can do some exploration on. Anyway, I'm going to add all your words in there. My goal is to do it as you were saying it, but I just think it's so beautiful. I just want to just read them, and you could just close your eyes and feel them. There was laughter. There was okay, difference, hopeful, available, declutter, here, grateful, patience, renewal, power, inner peace. Anyway, I hope that I captured them all. If not, please go ahead and put them in the chat box. So, so I want to just have this be about you guys today, if you choose to. We heal by hearing other people's stories, they're sharing, and it helps us like put everything together on our journey. So I do want to celebrate. I want to celebrate your successes. Even if you just realize that it's something that's you need part of your life, and the shift in you. So I do want to celebrate. I want to celebrate just the smallest little advances in your life. And again, you don't need to share. You could just sit here and be a sponge and absorb. You take what you need, leave the rest there. Okay. And sometimes it might just be one word, right? And you take it and you run with it like for a field goal, home run. I'm telling you, this laughter was not here 2 or 3 months ago. This laughter has not been here for 10 years. And I am so grateful for the mindfulness and this community that has allowed me has allowed me to enjoy this moment. So
yeah, I just want to thank you, Deb. This has been wonderful. Just the power it's given me in several ways. The power to take care of myself. The time I could set aside just for mindfulness in the morning, but also the reading, the inspirational book. And I want to thank Ralph for the recommendation for the Teacher Tired book, because like Tony was saying, January, February is those hard months. And it has really helped me inspirationally to get through this, to deal with it. And it's given me the power, to continue what is best for the kids. So, yeah, it's been great. So thank you so much again.
My word came from actually the very end of this challenge, because there was a couple times where I'd go, oh, I didn't get to my mindfulness this morning. It was a really busy morning. And I did it once when I was snowshoeing. I was just mindful of nature, and I did the Nature Fix walk. And then I was in the garage sorting through stuff yesterday, and I was listening to one of those podcasts from that training. And I just stood and did like a mindful meditation guided rain with Tara Brock. And I was just standing and still, and I thought, this is different. And so I was like, it's okay to be different. You can be mindful, like you've taught the kids, when you're eating, when you're just looking mindfully. And so I think that just sort of gave me license to be mindful in a whole different way, and everything's okay. It's different is okay. It's what works for you. And like Kim was saying, that invitation to take care of ourselves. And Deb, your love just exudes. I just want you to know, I just feel like coated in it, in a magic kind of M&M candy. And I was just posting your mind candy, and I'm like, you are mind candy for us. And I love you so much, and thank you so much. It really, you are magical. And whatever you go out and spread this news with, there's a hunger for it. So thank you for feeding me.
Mindfulness, right? Something that Deb's talked about for a long time. So, I had the privilege of having her do lessons with first graders of mine a few years ago, and she's just so great. She walk in and say, "All right, no, you are not the teacher right now. You are the student." So I got to sit back and experience it with the students. All the different types of mindfulness, and really learning like a 6-year-old would, and it was amazing. So in this journey, I wanted to say last week, Thursday, I had some dentistry I needed to do, and I hate the dentist. I mean, I fear the dentist. And my dentist, who actually used to say on the door, "We cater to cowards." I like to say that's why I come here. But they had to remove that. But anyway, he had to refer me for the procedure to another dentist. And I was like, dude, is he going to take care of me the way you do? Because I'm really nervous about it. Yeah, it's great. We'll ask for the doctor. He's really great. Fast forward to, I'm in the chair 2 weeks later. I'm sitting there. I get the Novocaine, and I can see my hand shaking. Like I am just like, what's going on? Like it's not common, but I am just, and they're like, okay, we're gonna let it work. We'll see you. We'll make sure you're numb. And the doctor was great. I mean, it doesn't matter that the outside stimuli were telling me, hey, you're gonna be fine. We're taking care of you. We're watching you. Inside, the fear was just growing, and I'm just trembling. And would you like some water? Sure. And I'm just holding the cup and trembling. Would you like some juice? Yeah, let me have some juice. And then it just hit me. That's why my word grateful, because I can't do anything but breathe in that moment. I'm in the chair, I'm getting numbed up, and I close my eyes, and I'm breathing in through my nose and breathing out through my mouth, and I'm saying, I am peace, and and it was amazing. It was really amazing. That fear disappeared. The trembling hand settled. And I left that doctor's office telling him, hey, man, this was the worst procedure I've ever had, but if I have to have it again, I would come to you because I just felt so amazing. And I've got to say, yeah, partly it was their work, but it was also the ability of myself to center myself and focus and go, yeah, it's going to be fine. They're telling you you're going to be fine. They're going to take care of you. Stop being afraid and accept and be grateful that you can get this pain removed. And it was just so cool to have these tools live in the moment that you're going through this and going, I can use this. So thank you.
Piggyback on what Gabe said. I think one of the things for me with mindfulness is kind of opened my eyes that mindfulness can be done not just at 8 o'clock in the morning and 3 o'clock for second chance, but it's like Gabe said, it could be at the dentist. It could be while I'm waiting for my son to get done at his baseball practice. It just, for me, it started out as just an 8 o'clock thing and a sometimes 3 o'clock thing. And now it's a 24/7 thing if I need it. And I think that's been the greatest gift of all of this. And, I don't have any dentist stories to get through, but like Gabe, dentists are my least favorite places to go to. And I'm going to remember that the next time I go to the dentist. But yeah, there's just so many times, and I couldn't even tell you all the times I've used mindfulness throughout the day for different things, and going through some things at home that aren't too good. And I just take that couple of minutes to, do a little bit of mindfulness to, like I said before, that inner peace. By the way, I know, Deb, I used 2 words and not one on that one. I made it one. I kind of combined it together. But yeah, there's just, for me personally, I've just realized there's so many times I can use mindfulness, and yeah, it's given me so much more inner peace. And as if I know most of you, I've told you about this book. It's my little advertisement here. It's called #TeacherTired, and it's definitely coming from a Christian point of view. So if that's not something that's of importance in your life, I still think there's things in here. But I know this book has done me a great deal of inner peace too. And the author, who's a friend of mine who I taught up with at Fort Irwin. She does talk about mindfulness. She may even have brought it up a few times, but even if she doesn't say the word mindfulness, it's underscored in a lot of the things she's saying about taking care of ourselves, working with others. And so yeah, that's my little shameless plug there. And but thank you, Deb. It's been great, and it'll continue to get better. Thank you.
Mine is self-care, because I'm so busy. All of you know, before my husband died, I took care of him. I'm still taking care of my mother. I'm taking care of everybody in the family, and I forget about myself. And what you've taught me, Deb, is to look within and find inner peace, because if I can't help myself, I can't help others. So it's been really a blessing to me. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, I'm going to try and be brief because that's just not in my DNA, but I don't even know where to begin. I mean, what have you given me? You've given me life. Like, I think Deb has opened my eyes to life and what it is and what it means to be present and what it means to live and thrive and not survive, and be in control of myself, and realizing that the only thing I can control is me. And that's a beautiful thing. And to know that that you can have this amazing tool, which is just breathing, which is life force essentially, and utilize it at any point in time. I mean, I have so many moments in my life where just using that tool alone has helped me, has calmed me down, to the point where I feel now when my mind is going, I have, been practicing it so much that my body is still regulated. I don't feel that stress in my physical body. I don't feel that stress as hard as I do when I'm carrying it. And so it just has brought so much awareness. It has given me so many amazing little mindful moments. I think it's just, it's just brought me life. It's brought me here. It's brought me to what is actually happening and focusing on the moment, because I always think, like she has taught us, that, you know, the future is not real. It's kind of like my label usually when I start thinking ahead is lies, because sometimes thought isn't enough for me to detach. And so I need to tell myself something that is stronger, so that I know that I need to let that thought go. I need to, like, just, nope, lie. Like, it's not something, hasn't happened yet. And I to some degree love the idea that I can control what's going to happen, and that you can manifest it with the positive thinking. Because if you think about it, you know, it's like the glass of water. It's like, how do you look at it? Is it half full or is it half empty? You decide. So that is just chipping the iceberg at what Deb has done with mindfulness and what she's helped me with and in my life. And yeah, like I said, just she's given me life. Like, she's given me new eyes to look at life, and that is amazing.
Thank you, Deb, for providing this for not just feeling, but to extend this out and put yourself out there and take a risk and you know, extend what you're giving to beyond your sight and to beyond people that you know. It's certainly I believe, you know, has the power to really go far and to really help people like it has for me. I'm fairly new here, so I appreciate everybody being so welcoming and kind, and it really has taken my practice to another level to have a community of people. Some of you I know, some of you I don't, but just to have people to practice with and to talk with and to share great resources is just really, really nice, for lack of better words. So thank you.
You know, our 21 days may be up with this challenge, but I invite you to just keep continuing on, because it just gets more and more powerful. And your job is to just notice how things are shifting in your life, like all of your stories. I mean, just that one little tweak, the little turn of the dial can really bring a lot of clarity. If you're listening to a radio or a CD, right? You just turn that little dial and all of a sudden this clarity comes. You know, you start to notice, you know, I bought a bike and I'm on this bike, and it is your typical little bike with a basket. And I'm riding it in the sunshine this weekend. And I am listening to some music, and I'm singing and I'm dancing, and people are just like, and I'm smiling like I'm at, it's like it's my birthday party, and I am like, wow, and like I'm thinking, people are probably thinking, what kind of thing is she on? I want some of that. And I just noticed that, like, maybe I was always doing that, I don't know, but through mindful, I noticed I was doing that, and it was such an incredible feeling. And just looking at the different things that are occurring in my life. Just one little quick story, and I was gonna bring my little props, but you'll have to visualize. My son bought this shoe rack, and he's gonna put it together. It's this fancy shoe rack, and it's, you know, plastic. That's it, plastic. PCP pipe or whatever that is. And he goes, Mom, they gave me gloves, like they're like little warming gloves. And I just started cracking up. He goes, what's so funny? I go, that's hilarious. They want you to have like a real workman putting these gloves on. And then he holds up this tiny little gavel, like you see if the little elf, you know, in Elf. I couldn't stop laughing because I just had this picture of him being this little elf, just using the little gavel. I just started laughing so hard. And I'm like, and I remember telling Elsa and Gabe and Ralph, I don't remember laughing like this. And for me, it was because you guys were taking a journey and committing to yourself for that 20 minutes or whatever. And I was like, well, I already do that. So you got to bump it up, Deb, bump it up. And let's, again, take everything to the laboratory. Bumping it up 2 times a day, and then I have noticed that difference. Now, I'm not saying you need to do that, but for me, I was ready for that next level. And it's just these little tiny steps to healing. And that's ultimately what we're doing. We're healing the blockages and energy that's stuck inside of us. Okay. Everybody's going through something. We all are on this journey, and it's so nice to know that I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one who had an illness. I'm not the only one who lost their house. I'm not the only one who went through a divorce. It's not just me, but when you are in that vortex, you can't crawl out. It's that tornado and the tsunamis are hitting you. But to have this breathing, and to just know I'm going to be okay, and stop the mind from not necessarily thinking, but attaching to it. One quick other thing is I started working on my taxes, and things are different now with the taxes, and I have to actually do the work. I can't just take my basket of receipts and tell my tax lady, here you go. I can't do that anymore. Now I have to go this question and that question, and I could just feel, that's where mindfulness comes in. You start to feel the tenseness of everything coming up, and then your story starts. I don't know how to do this. I'm not going to be successful at it. All those things that we told ourselves or somebody else told us that. Okay. And I started bringing that in. But again, just because I practice mindfulness does not mean I'm perfect. I am a work in progress. And yes, I still go through that, but I literally see myself now. And then I reach out, that accountability piece. I reached out to Elsa and Christine and said, okay, here's what I did. I just breathe, and I kept telling myself, I'm safe. I'm safe. How can taxes put me into fear? It does. We've been talking about the whole physiological things that happen in your body. It puts it in there, and then boom, next thing you know, I was out of my head. So I told Elsa, I said, if you were a fly on the wall, okay, here's what you would hear at my house. Get out of your head, Deb. Get out of your head. Interrupt that program, because I could have been down that rabbit hole. And so I share that with you because it's not perfect, but I have a lot more peace than I ever have in my life. And to me, that's worth it. I don't like when I say there's two emotions, love and fear. It's true. Okay. Love, I automatically want to take my hand and put in my heart. Fear, I automatically want to put my hand like this. So it's very interesting to feel that. So, all right. Thank you for letting me share. Does anybody else want to share anything else? And Elsa, we love you. We learn from you. We learn from everybody. So please you are amazing, girl. And I appreciate you so much. So we all pick up something from each other.
Well, thank you so much for saying that. I guess as you were speaking, it brought to me a thought, and it's one I clung to because it was in the moment. I was like, this is a valid thought. I don't have to let it go. But it's the idea that like being now in the present, like when you're in the moment and you're living life and you're not thinking about the future, the clarity that comes from that, or the peace, the calmness, the stillness, the existence of like the awareness that you're here, it's like, it kind of opens the door and invites you to become the person you want to be. Like when you're not, like you said, in fear, all of a sudden it's like, I've taken steps towards the person I want to be. I'm, doing things that I know, like, okay, I need to do this because this is the person I want to become, or this is a version of myself I want to be. So I think that it's also the wonderful thing about mindfulness is that all of a sudden, because you're calmer, you start to be braver to take one more step forward and do the things that you maybe wouldn't have done because, there was too much going on, or this or that, or the excuses that we make in life. But I think that for me, that is one of the greatest things, is that, and that pushes me to the next level, and it allows me to learn more about myself and become a better version of myself. And I think, like I said, mindfulness has been, has given me life, because it really has. It's given me a totally different set of glasses and lenses that I look at life with, and in a new appreciation for the smallest things and the things that, you know, like you said, just in the moment, like how amazing it is that we get to wake up every day and we get to breathe air, and then I get to live in this house, and that we get water that comes out of the faucet, and that I can choose what I want to wear. And that, I mean, it's just like when you start to look at life, like everything is a gift and everything is like the first time, and this is a reward that I get to experience, automatically everything feels more heightened. You just have this sense of like, it just this excitement that flows through you. So, I mean, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to invite myself to what the possibilities can be.
And you know, I want to add to what also was saying. You know, everything happens for a reason, at a time, with a purpose. And in this type of, you know, moment that we're having in society, right, where we're in this pandemic, we're in this worst case, hasn't happened in 100 years, that whole, we have this opportunity to share that right now we're getting these tools and the power. And so, yeah, we've had it all along through staff meetings, and it's been there, but it's been secondary for a lot of us. But now when we need it the most, we're open to receiving it. And it's just so powerful for what is being shared in this room from everyone, and from the head, right, from Deb. I mean, we're gaining so much. And just, you know, I just like, you know, I like patterns and things. I like the math of things, and everything has a purpose and a place. And it just feels like mindfulness has its place right now, because it's really giving us that look, you know, that ability to see things differently, like Elsa said, you know, to be able to appreciate in the worst of times, to still see the sun. So thank you.
Beautiful. Just beautiful. So I just wanted to leave you with our little words. And I wanted to put it to a song, but I haven't learned that yet. But just, and I'll fix my little arrows there, but you know, this reality of laughter, these are things that we all experienced individually, and that we can experience them all as a collective community. So just keep that in mind. Be mindful of any of these that might come up through your day. Power, okay, different, hopeful, available, declutter, hear, renewal, patience, self-care, grateful, inner peace. And if I did not capture yours, I would be very happy to do that now. But I'm so grateful. And, you know, we'll see where this goes from here. But don't stop because the 21 days are over. I know you don't want to hear this, but it does take 30 to 40 days to create that habit. Even though, you know, it changes. Sometimes they used to say 14 days, then 21 days. But that was a nice little chunk that we could pull off. You just keep it going. And remember, it's for you. It's for nobody else. It's for you and your peace and your love, because you have a choice. Do I want peace or do I want this? And you can put anything in this, okay? Do I want to ruminate over that story? Do I want to live in anger? Do I want to live in fear? Do I want to live in stress? Do I want to live in the future? Okay. No. Sometimes you might choose it. Sometimes you might go, yep, I'm going to step into what I want to be powerful in my life right now. And that's what I need. And that's where we'll work on forgiving ourselves, okay? To know it's okay. It's okay. And we judge other people because we judge ourselves. And I am the queen of judging myself. But when I start to notice that it's my judgment of you is hurting me, I'm only hurting myself. You know, I could sit there and go, Gabe, you know, that shirt is just the ugliest color I've ever seen in my life. You're like, yeah, what, doesn't bother me. You know, I love this color, you know. And when we stand in our truth, and Elsa says that, you stand in your truth, it's not going to bother you. But if you're like, well, why would she say that to me? You know, you've pulled that into your life, and it's like, hey, you know, what you think about me is none of my business. It's a great book. What you think about me is none of my business. Because if I'm holding on to what you think, you could care less. It's me. I'm the one creating the award, Academy Award, right? I don't know where that came from, but anyway, Gabe, I love that color. It's Falcon Blue. We love it. So anyway, appreciate all your guys' time.